Okay, so we're coming to the end of row 3, and so I did my last shell and in the last shell, and then I'm just looking at the pattern. Chain 1 and double crochet, and it says, okay, so chain 1, double crochet in third chain of beginning chain. So that's right here, double crochet in here. Oops. Okay, that's the end of row 3, and now we are beginning row 4. So it says to turn your work. Oops. Okay, and it says chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and chain 5, just looking at the pattern again, and then single crochet in first chain 1 space. So that's right here. We're going to do a single crochet in this first chain space, like that. Okay, just looking at the pattern. Single crochet in first chain 1 space, chain 2. So chain 2, 1 and 2, and then it says to shell in the next shell. So go into that shell space, do 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, chain 1, and then again 2 double crochets, 1, 2. I'm just looking at the pattern again. Chain 2, do chain 2, and then single crochet next chain 1 space. So it's like we did previously. So we're going to do another, or sorry, a double, single crochet in next chain space and chain 2, just like we did the row before. So now again we're going to do a shell in each shell. So it's 1, 2, chain 1, 1, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then we're going to do a single crochet in that chain space, like that, and 2 chains, like that. Beautiful pattern, very nice. Okay, I will do a couple more with you, and then I'll meet you at the end of the row again. So shell on top of the shell, and some yarn. So that was 1, 2, chain 1, 1, 2, and chain 2. Okay, so we're back. I just finished the end of row 4. I'm at the end of row 4. So I did my last single crochet, and then I have to, let me look at this pattern. I have to make a double crochet, or chain 2, sorry, chain 2, and then a double crochet at the top, from the previous row, the last 3 chains. So the top of that, I believe, is 1, 2, 3, so about right here. Oops, can't see the stitch. Hold on, right in there. So a double crochet. That's the end of row 4. Okay. The chain 4. Sorry, I'm always going back and forth looking at the pattern. So chain 4. I think that's 4. And then doing a shell on top of each shell. So that's a repeat of row 3, which was 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets, chain 1. So just carry on that way again until the end of this row, which is row 5, but it's a repeat of row 3. And I will meet you at the end of this row. Oh, chain 1. Meet you back as soon as we're done this row again. Okay, so we're coming to the end of row 5. So I've done my last shell on top of the shell, and then the pattern says to make a double crochet in the 3rd chain of the previous row. So 1, 2, 3, I'd say it's approximately around this area here. So let me make a double crochet to end that row. That's what it looks like. Okay, so that's row 5. Now row 6 is a repeat of row, it's repeating row 4s and 4s and 5, and we're doing that for a total of 7 times. Yeah, it says repeat for rows 6 to 19, repeat last 2 rows, which means rows 4 and rows 5. So the last, so the next one we're going to do is a repeat of row 4, which was, I'll just go over that again. So you start with a chain 4, turn, actually let me turn my work, and fix up my yarn and everything. So chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to do a single crochet in that chain space, chain 2, and then we're going to do a shell on top of the shell, which is 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets, chain 2. We're always chaining 2 in between the single crochet and the shell. So the next stitch is a single crochet in the chain space and chain 2, and then shell on top of the shell. Just 2 double crochets, chain 1, and what do we have here? 2 double crochets. Need more yarn. Chain 2. Just continue that way. Do a single crochet again, chain 2. So just repeat that like we've done before. And then you come, once you finish this row, then you're going to do the shell on top of shell row. So I guess I can meet you back when we're starting. So just let me repeat it for you. So it says for rows 6 to 19, that's where we are now. We are repeating the last 2 rows. which was row 4, which was the row where we're doing right now, the single crochet and the shell stitch, single crochet, shell stitch, and then row 5 was the one we just did prior to this, which was doing the shells on top of each shell. So I will meet you back at row 20. Okay, we are now reached row 20. This is what our work looks like so far after completing all those rows. And we start row 20 by chaining 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we make a single crochet in the first chain space, like that, and chain 2. And then we shell on top of the shell with the shell stitch, which is 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then we do a single crochet in that chain space, the next following chain space, and chain 2, and then we repeat this 2 more times according to the pattern. So now, we go into the shell again, and we make a shell stitch, which is 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets, chain 2, single crochet in the next chain space, chain 2, and shell on the shell again. So this is our 3rd time of repeating this. The shell stitch, 2 single crochets, chain 1, sorry, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, sorry, and chain 2, and then we make a single crochet in the chain space, chain 2. So that's the repeat. We did this, we repeated it twice, so for a total of 3 times. And now we're going to make our armhole. So the armhole is 31 chains, I believe. So we chain 31. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. So that's the armhole chain. Okay, so once we do the armhole chain, the pattern tells us to skip the next 3 chain 1 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, and make a single crochet in the next chain 1 space. So let's make sure I got that right. I did the 31 chains, 1, 2, 3, and then into this one we make the single crochet, chain 2, and then we continue with the pattern of doing, let's see, make sure I'm on camera here, go into the shell. So you shell, or you make 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then make a single crochet in the next chain 1, in the next space, and chain 2,